Hey friends, today we are checking into Disney's Pop Century Resort, and I am so excited. This is my favorite Disney Value Resort, and they have so many new things going on, including a brand new food court that I want to show you. So I figured I'd make a video and share my experiences with you. We're going to explore the resort and check out all of the amenities, get some food, take the Skyliner, and have a beautiful Pop Century Resort kind of day. Anywho's, let's go do this. And we have made it to Disney's Pop Century Resort. And I gotta say, it is such a beautiful day out right now. The temperatures are in the mid-70s. We've got blue skies and sunshine. And I'm excited to hang out at a Disney Resort and show you guys around a little bit. So we're gonna head on in and get checked in and see if our room's ready. This room cost me $167 for the night, which is a little high for a value resort, but that's because Pop Century is special. It has so many amenities you won't find at the other value resorts. Like the Skyliner, you can walk to the Skyliner and it'll take you to Hollywood or Epcot. And then you have Art of Animation right next door. So it's like you're getting two resorts for the price of one, because you can walk over to the Art of Animation, have breakfast there, have dinner at Pop. You can even use the pools. So I'm excited to just hang out, and that's probably what we're gonna do. We're just gonna walk around and explore the resort and hang out. The check-in area and lobby is decorated with pop culture memorabilia from the different decades represented here. That's the main theming at Pop Century, is each building is a different decade, starting at the 1950s going up to the 1990s, and I love it, especially all of the cool stuff they have in the glass frames over here, because you can look as it starts here at the 1950s and it goes all the way down. You can see toys and albums and different things from that time period, and I think that's kind of cool. Look at this, a little Lionel train set, accessory book from 1955, Silly Putty. That clown magazine's a little scary though. Looks like we got lucky and we're going to be staying in the 90s building, and I kind of love that. I think it's my favorite one. In fact, it's probably the one I've stayed in most. I spent the most time in the 90s building and in that decade. I spent the most time in the 90s decade. Now that we're all checked in, I want to head back to the room and put our stuff away, but I just wanted to show you the Hippy Dippy pool before we get there. This is probably one of my favorite pools on property because I just love all of the colorful theming, and they have a little directory over here so I can give you guys a lay of the land and show you all the different buildings and areas here at Pop Century. Like I said, it's broken up by the decades, so you got the 50s and then the 60s and then the 70s, 80s and 90s, and each building has like a gigantic character statue to like represent that time frame. So in the 80s they have Roger Rabbit, they have the Mickey telephone in the 70s, and then right here at the Hippy Dippy pool they've got the Jungle Book statues there, and it's really cool. And if you wanted to take the bridge, you can actually walk right on over to Art of Animation, like I said. And fun fact, Art of Animation was actually going to be an addition to Pop Century. It was going to be the earlier years, the legendary years. Originally, Disney's Art of Animation Resort was supposed to be just an extension of this resort, Pop Century, and they were going to call it the Legendary Years, and it was going to be based off of the 1900s to the 1940s. But because of what happened on September 11th, there was a big decline in tourism here in Florida, so they decided to halt construction, and they ended up leaving it abandoned for almost a decade. It literally sat over there abandoned, and eventually Disney was like, well, let's not make it another Pop Century, let's turn it into its own resort, and that's how we ended up getting Disney's Art of Animation. But can you imagine what a 1910 themed Disney resort would be like, or 1920s? I think that would have been so cool. Let me know if you would have rather see the legendary years of Pop Century or have Art of Animation like we do today. It looks like we're staying in the Rubik's Cube building, Building 9. And I love all of the Pac-Man characters on the outside. And I honestly am happy with this location. I think 90s is probably my favorite decade to come stay at. I opted in for the standard room because I could have gotten a preferred room for like an extra $50, and the preferred room gives you like a better view, like you might have a pool view, and you're usually closer to the front lobby. But I'd rather the standard view because it's facing the parking lot, so you can park your car and unload and just be at your room within like a minute. And I think that's a lot better, unless you know, if you had like a balcony or something to look at. I don't think I'm going to be standing in the room just staring out the window out at the pool, you know what I mean? So I kind of happy that we're where we're at. We have made it to our room, so I want to give you a little room tour before I get all settled in. I came in and turned the lights on so everything was bright, but here it is, our sleeping accommodations for the night. Good old Pop Century. Probably my favorite thing about the Pop Century rooms is the Mickey headboard. Look at how cool that is. I absolutely love that headboard, and if I could have that in my house, I would. In fact, I seen them selling that exact headboard, I think at Forever Vintage or the Lakeland Antique Mall, and I wish I would have bought it when I could. But yeah, let me show you around a little bit. Let me give you a room tour. They have a fancy dining area that pulls down into a bed, so we're gonna move these chairs out of the way. I don't know how this is gonna work. I think it just folds down on its own. We'll find out. Whoa. Look at this. Look at the sleeping Pluto. I love it. I love the sleeping Pluto mural in the Murphy bed, and I wish this resort was pet friendly. I would love to stay here with Gracie and take pictures of her on this bed with Pluto in the background sleeping. I think that would be so awesome. But let me show you a little more of the room. I don't want to get too comfy, you know. I put the Murphy bed back up so we have more space to walk around, but it's really easy to bring down and put back up. And over here is the bathroom. There's not much theming in this room other than the Mickey Mouse headboard that I pointed out. Everything else kind of just looks like a regular hotel. But like I said, I love staying here. The only thing is I wish they would have a walk-in shower and not the tub. And they also got rid of the H2O products. This is like Sea Marina. Something I've never seen before. And they have like a little get ready station over here. A sink, a mirror, some cabinets for some storage. I can tell you, they got plenty of storage in here. You got this down there. And then you have a place where you can hang up your clothes. It's very nice, and like I said, for the price compared to other Disney resorts, this is amazing. They even have a little mini fridge and a coffee station over here. I thought they had something else in here, but I was surprised when I found nothing. I hope you're ready for nothing. It says that the room sleeps 4, but you can easily have someone sleep under the bed as a 5th person, or you can actually just use it for storage for your luggage. There's plenty of room under here. As you can tell, I like this room a lot, and there's not much more I can show you, so I think we're going to go out and explore the resort, check out all the different decades and areas, and who knows, even maybe go on a Skyliner ride or check out the art of animation, because like I said, the best thing about this resort is it's like you're getting 2 resorts for the price of 1, and there's a lot to do, so I think we're just going to go out, have a little fun at Pop Century. Not only are the buildings themed after the decades, but the areas around them are also themed. Here is the pool in between the 80s and 90s. Over there you can see the gigantic Roger Rabbit, but the 90s section has a laptop and a stack of floppy disk right here. But one thing that's really cool about the laptop is it has Disney's MGM Studios on it. If you look at the icons there in the left corner next to where it says ABC News, it says Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney's Animal Kingdom, and at the bottom, Disney's MGM Studios. But isn't that cool? Look at that, a big gigantic laptop. It doesn't look like it's a really good laptop. Oh, and there's a hidden Mickey on the keyboard there. I kind of like that. I'm gonna make my way up to the food court because I want to show you all of the renovations they've done. But on the way, I'm gonna point out a lot of things that I love about this resort. They have really cool photo opportunities and gigantic play areas that are really fun. And they even have a Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Here is the Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head that I was talking about. And now we're leaving the 80s and 90s and making our way into the 70s. And they have a gigantic life-size foosball court or foosball table that you can kind of run around in. I don't think they actually like have it so that you can play, but it's really cool to take photos at. I love the 90s because it's close to the parking lot and has its own quiet pool. But the 70s have, I think, the best like decorations. Take a look at how cool this is. They have like a permanent Twister section where you can just come and spin the wheel and play Twister. And then here's the foosball area I was talking about. But the foosball isn't the coolest thing. I love the gigantic big wheel there in the corner and the Mickey Mouse telephone. I actually have a phone like that. Look at how awesome it is here. I just like walking around. And like I said, all of these things make perfect like photo opportunities. Just hanging out here next to a big wheel or gigantic foosball court. I'm sure they could have probably put like maybe a pool here, but they decided to go for this, and I kind of love it. And you got Mickey Mouse in the background there. Very fancy. Let me know in the comments which your favorite decade is. Like what your favorite decade is, and also what your favorite decade is at this resort, because each one is like separately themed, like I said, and I want to show you all of them. We made our way up to the 60s, and look at the cool Surfer Goofy there. This is also where they have like a fire pit, and they probably toast marshmallows later on tonight. Oh, and the Corvette they got. But here it is, 60s. Got the Dunkin' Yo-Yo, and then here's the main lobby. So I think we'll go in and maybe get a little lunch. The food court was under construction for all of 2024 almost, but now that it's 2025, it's opened back up. It's got a fresh paint job, a new look, and hopefully some new food. And I'm a little hungry, so I'm excited to see what they got. Here it is, the new Everything Pop Shopping and Dining, and it looks really good. It looks very bright, and I think it's more spacious too. Looks like they kind of made it a little bit open, and they have tons of really cool merchandise. I think they even have like special Pop Century merchandise, and then the dining is in the back there. I kind of just wanted to show you around. The colors look really nice. I love all of the different hidden Mickeys. You can see them on the windows over there, and I think over here is where some of that Pop Century merchandise is. Oh yeah, they got a whole stand dedicated to it. That's kind of cool. Have a nice day. Look at that. Very fancy. And then it says Pop Century in the front. They got Pop Century cups and tumblers. And I think they have a t-shirt too. Oh, they even have Pop Century ears. I've never seen those before. That's kind of fancy. But let's get to the food. I want to get to the good stuff. Before I moved here, when I used to live up in Pennsylvania, I used to come down on vacation at Disney World all the time, and the only place I could ever afford to stay at is here at Pop Century. But once I paid off the vacation, I would usually have no money left over to like buy things or eat. And I remember I used to try to find cheap ways to get food, and coming here to this food court, I used to get a side of sausage links and then 2 pieces of bread, and it would cost me like $4. And that would be my breakfast every single day. So being back here kind of makes me feel reminiscent of the days when I used to be on vacation. And if it wasn't for Pop Century, I probably would never move down here and make these videos like I do now. So now let's go check out the food and see what they got. They honestly have something for everyone. They've got a like burger station over here. Ooh, they've got a porchetta burger. And then they've got a bacon cheeseburger there. They've got the baked goods and the sweet treats over here. Then they got grilled chicken parmesan, penne pasta, meatball subs there. And then I think they have a couple more things over here, like dinner-wise. Like, you know, more like traditional, like family meals. They got chicken, salmon, shrimp, and even some specials for soulfully. I'm not too sure what I want to get, but I'm sure we'll get something and a sweet treat. Look at all these desserts. They've got apple danishes. They've got a flashback oatmeal cream pie. That looks good. A chocolate croissant. A peanut butter and jelly croissant. Oh, that sounds interesting. I'm probably going to try that peanut butter and jelly croissant. Banana bread, cookies, a lot of good muffins. This looks like a Mickey-shaped brownie right there. Honestly, I like these baked goods. It actually adds something different. This looks like a nice chunk of coffee cake. That's a nice chunk of coffee cake, I tell ya. I decided on just getting my food and bringing it back to the room and eating it here because it's a lot quieter than in the food court. It can get very loud in the food court, but I got 2 sweet treats and a burger. 2 sweet treats and a burger. I ended up getting the porchetta burger, the peanut butter and jelly croissant, and then the oatmeal cream pie. And I figured we'd just hang out in the room, listen to the Disney resort music, and eat a little food. Might as well start with the porchetta burger. Look at this bad boy. It has porchetta on it, a dressing, and then it has pork cracklings served with some french fries. And I love porchetta, so that's why I decided on getting it. So I figured we'd give it a little bite, give it a taste. It's a little bit of a messy burger, or a sloppy burger as you can call it. You can see it. Oh, it also has a fried egg on it, just to point that out. I'm gonna try to tick it up. There you go. You can see the porchetta and then the burger here. And then we put them together. You got a porchetta burger. The burger is good, but I'm not the biggest fan of this dressing here. And I thought it was going to be an over hard egg, but it looks like it's still pretty runny in there in the center. When I bit into it, the yolk came flying out. But definitely a very interesting burger, especially with the pork cracklings. I think I like the burger and the porchetta on its own. Maybe next time I'll just get that. Can I just get a burger with porchetta on it, please? I just took the top off so I don't have to eat the dressing. And literally, I just have the porchetta in the burger here. But like I said, it's still pretty good. I mean, I like it this way. Enough of the porchetta business. Let's get to the sweet treat business. And I don't think I've ever seen a peanut butter and jelly croissant. So I think I'll start with the peanut butter jelly croissant because it's the most interesting to me. I think they always have this oatmeal cream pie here. It's kind of like their signature dessert, but this is something new, something special. It's peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. We have to crack this bat. Oh, wait. If I push it, it looks like the peanut butter comes out the back end there. That's probably not the most appealing looking thing. But, oh, look at that. Wow. So it's like strawberry. I mean, it's like jelly and peanut butter in there. I don't know. It looks like there's a lot of peanut butter in there. So let's give it a go. There is definitely a lot of peanut butter and jelly in there. It kind of overpowers it. I don't even taste the croissant. I just feel like I'm eating a big glob of peanut butter. But an interesting thing to try. I'm probably going to like the oatmeal cream pie probably more. So we'll just jump to that. Now this is what I'm talking about. Look at this bad boy. Lots of filling in there. Oh, you can spread it apart, put it back together, and make a sandwich. And I'm excited to give it a go. Wow. That's the winner right there. Way better than Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pie. I love it. The cookie is soft. The filling is delicious. The icing is good. This is a really good cookie and a really good sandwich. They really didn't have a lot of new food at the new food court. Most of the stuff that was there I've seen in the past, but all the new stuff that I've tried, the only thing that really, tickled my fancy is probably the oatmeal cream pie. And I just found out that the inside is like a marshmallow filling. So that's kind of fancy. I liked it. I love the oatmeal cream pie. I probably could have done without the peanut butter and jelly croissant. Like I said, it's just way too much peanut butter and jelly in the middle there. And the burger was good, only if I didn't get the sauce on it. But maybe, who knows? Some people like the dressing like that. So now, might as well finish up the oatmeal cream pie and then go out and explore the resort. I still want to go to the pool, and I want to take the Skyliner and maybe a stroll over to Art of Animation. A little stroll. Now that we've gotten some food in our belly, I think we're going to make our way into the pool. Hang out at the pool for a little bit. I was going to go to the main pool, but I kind of want to just hang out here next to the 90s section, next to Roger Rabbit. None of the value resorts have hot tubs, but at least the pool's heated, and it's actually really nice. It's about 3 feet deep. Just hanging out in the pool. I wish, you know what, maybe later on tonight we'll go to the Hippy Dippity pool. The Hippy Dippy pool. Hippy Dippy. Hippy Dippy. I had fun swimming around in the pool, but I didn't bring my GoPro with me, so I decided to hop out next to the Walkman and just lay out and get some sun. They got tons of chairs and plenty of towels. One of the things I noticed is they're playing 90s music in the 90s pool, so it makes me wonder if the other decades have like that music pumping out through the speakers. As we walk around, I'm going to try to take a close listen because it's kind of cool. And the fact that I'm sitting right behind like a big gigantic Sony Walkman while I'm lounging at the pool. Just take a look at this view though. It's so nice out. We got a gigantic green floppy disk over there, Roger Rabbit to the right, and then my feet down here. Oh, fun fact, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I have hammer toe. If you look at the toe that's next to my big toe, it's a lot smaller. That's because it's broken and it sticks out of the bottom of my foot, so it's hard to walk sometimes. Just figured I'd let you know since I was showing feet and all. Enough of the feet pics. I think it's time for us to probably head back to the room, dry off, make our way over to the Skyliner and explore the resort a little bit. The sun's going to be going down soon, and I love taking Skyliner rides during a sunset, so that's what we're going to aim for. Something else that's really interesting is they have a gigantic computer keyboard here. It doesn't do anything, it's just on the ground, but I think it's really fancy and it leads up to the Roger Rabbit statue. Oh, look at it, he's sitting on a barrel of turpentine. Mop, mop, mop all day long. Mop, mop, mop. As I sing this song, I'm gonna wax that floor, gonna make it shine. I'm gonna take off the spray paint with turpentine. I do break out in song very often and unexpected, so hope you guys are used to that by now. I should have wore some sandals or something. My feet hurt. I'm stepping on rocks. Ooh. I dried off pretty quickly and now I'm making my way to the Skyliner. As long as you're walking along Hourglass Lake, you'll see all these cool little trivia facts about the different years and decades. And look at that, in 1981, MTV gains a huge following of teenage viewers. All that in 1981. Look at that sunset happening over there. That's Art of Animation. That's the resort I was talking about that was going to be Pop Century, the legendary years. Isn't it so fancy? And that's how close it is. We're right outside of our building, so we just go this way and we'll be there in no time. But wow, that is beautiful, isn't it? Honestly, I wish I had a cup of coffee right now. Once I get back from the Skyliner, I probably want to go and hang out in the 50s and 60s since I haven't showed you guys much of that. And maybe a late night visit to Art of Animation to get a little sweet treat. The Skyliner takes us to Caribbean Beach Resort, and then we can transfer to Hollywood Studios, Disney's Riviera Resort, or Epcot. And I'm excited. I don't even know where we're going to go. I just want to go for a ride. Like I said, the best time to ride the Skyliner is during a sunset because it's so beautiful out. Look at this. I love just sitting here watching the Skyliner go by, riding off into the sunset. That's going to be us soon. Riding off into the sunset. Actually, the sunset's this way. And it looks quiet enough that we might get our own little Skyliner cubby. Our own little Skyliner. I always like to get the ones that aren't wrapped because you can see better out of them. Oh my lord. Wow, look at that. It gets so quiet.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting flights to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot International Gateway. Relax and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth.
There's the Little Mermaid section of Art of Animation. Those are pet-friendly rooms, so maybe one day we'll stay there with Gracie. They have little vents in here that you can open up that lets the air come in. And let me tell you something, it is breezy and beautiful tonight.
We hope you enjoyed your journey, and thank you for flying the Disney Skyliner.
I really did enjoy flying the Disney Skyliner. I like coming in backwards. It kind of makes it more scary.
Thank you for flying us.
Oh. once you get out of the Skyliner, this is the transfer station. So this is where we came in from Pop Century and Art of Animation. This way takes you to Hollywood Studios, and then if you want to go to Riviera or Epcot, you got to go over there. Or you could just walk down and go to Caribbean Beach Resort. But I think we're going to go to Hollywood. I think we're going to Hollywood Studios. Since we're coming to Hollywood Studios, might as well go in the park and enjoy a little bit. You know, one of the added benefits of staying at Pop Century is this quick access to Hollywood. So might as well take advantage of all the amenities. And just like that, we are at Hollywood Studios. Just a hopscotch and a Skyliner away. Look at, it's still a beautiful sunset. And they're doing after hours here at Hollywood Studios. So maybe the park's dead. Maybe we can get on some rides real quick and then head back to the resort. I'm definitely going to be looking to get something to eat for dinner. We had lunch earlier, that burger, but I didn't eat all of it. So maybe something here or back at the resort. I am so happy we caught the sunset in the park too, because look how amazing Hollywood Studios looks right now, especially with all like the neon lights. It's so nice out too, perfect weather. I think we're gonna make our way down to Toy Story Midway Mania. It's only a 10-minute wait, which isn't that bad. I'd wait 10 minutes all day for Toy Story. I'll tell you what though, if Slinky Dog Dash was a pretty low wait, I probably would wait for it.
I'm Sheriff Woody.
Howdy.
On behalf of all the toys, I'd like to give you a nice, big Andy's Backyard welcome.
Bye, Woody. Hope you find your dad. Look at Slinky go. Look at that. Wow. Man, it is really beautiful out right now. I want to be on Slinky. Looks like it went up to a 25-minute wait, but I'll still take that. I'll take a 25-minute wait.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, you're gonna score. 7 potato, 8 potato, 9 potato, 10. Me, a hot potato. Thank you, thank you.
I usually don't film much of the ride because I'm too competitive and I want to get a high score. So I'll let you guys know how we do at the end. Here we go. 269. Oh, I hope I got best of the day. I'm glad that we got to ride Toy Story Midway Mania, and 260 is a pretty good score, but it's dark out now. It said it was only a 25-minute wait, but it was more like 30, maybe 45 minutes, but I'm still happy we did it, and now I think we'll probably start making our way back to the resort. I just wanted to come hang out at Hollywood Studios because we could. But I'm glad we came to Hollywood Studios. It was a beautiful night, and I love the sunset. But now it's time for us to hop aboard the Skyliner and make our way back to Pop Century. Look at how the moon is peeking out of the clouds over there. That's majestic. Now that we're back at the resort and we got off the Skyliner, might as well head over to the Art of Animation and get a little dinner since we're right here in the middle. I don't want to walk back out this way. And I would show you around the resort, but it's a little late at night now. I did stay here just about 6 months ago with Gracie, and that was a great video, so I'll put that in the description if you want to see what Art of Animation's like. But we'll just cut up through the big blue pool and make our way into the landscape of flavors. Overall, I think I'd have to say I like Pop Century better than Art of Animation, only because I love the theming, like with the decades. But Art of Animation definitely has a couple of wins in their category. I mean, they have the better pool here. I love the Hippy Dippy pool, but the big blue pool, that's something else. They even play water, I think, underwater, like music underwater. They play water underwater, but it's really cool. And I think it's the biggest Disney resort pool. And also, they have a lot of really fan favorite characters, like Crush right here. Big statue of Crush. It's set up just like Pop Century with the themed areas like to the decades, but instead of decades, it's Disney movies. So you've got Finding Nemo, The Lion King, Cars, and then Little Mermaid, and it's really cool. Now we're gonna head on in and hopefully get some good food. I already know they got good food here. Sadly, I have to say I already know that the Art of Animation has a better food court food-wise. This is the Landscape of Flavors, and they actually have so many different types of food. They have tandoori chicken, they've got like the burgers, the hot dogs, the grilled chicken penne that's always on the menu. Like all these things are basically always on every Disney like resort menu, but when you add in sesame chicken, Mongolian beef, citrus basil salmon, and a Lightning McQueen road gravel sundae, it just makes it a little bit better. And this is the inside. It definitely doesn't look as fun as Pop Century. This is, I think, what Pop Century used to look like, and honestly, I like the inside now. I like what they did with the place. But let's get some food and maybe a sweet treat, maybe one. I decided on getting the tandoori chicken, and just look at that. Honestly, like I said, I already know the food here is better than Pop Century. I just love how they have different types of cuisines. It's like a landscape of flavors. The only thing is I wish they would give you a couple more pieces of chicken. I think I only got 3 chicken there, but everything else looks really good, and I'm actually very excited for this broccoli pepper mix because I like my broccoli like this. It's a little charred, and it's not too like hard. It's like soft broccoli, but not too soft. No one's got time for soggy broccoli. We got some chicken, some rice, some peppers. Here we go. The chicken's pretty good, and I like the rice. It's got like a sticky texture to it. Now I want to grab some of the naan bread and make a little sandwich. I almost dropped my fork. I'll never forget the first time I had naan bread. I was an uncultured swine, and I called it nana bread. And I was like, oh, what's nana bread? And I did it on video too, so it was so funny. But here we go. I'm gonna take a little rice, a little broccoli, make it a nice little sandwich on my nana bread. The tandoori chicken was good, but I had to just take a gander and see what they had in the bakery, and I came across a lemon meringue croissant. Do you think we should give the croissants another try? I really didn't like that strawberry, the peanut butter and jelly one, but this one might be different. And then look down here at the s'mores cookie. That actually looks good. They got a lot of good bakery items here, and I like that they have a different selection than across the street. I made the right move, and I decided not to get the lemon meringue croissant, only because I want to have maybe a sweet treat tomorrow. So we'll hold off for another day, but now might as well start making our way back to Pop Century and walk around the resort a little bit more. I want to stop back at the room real quick and charge the batteries, but I wanted to show you the Rubik's Cubes all lit up. This is our building. We're in the 90s somewhere. And I love that they have these big like icons so you can tell where you are staying like from a far distance. I mean, I know where I'm going now because I've been here plenty of times, but there's a lot of first-time travelers here, you know? Now that we made it back to the room, I was going to charge up my camera batteries a little bit, but honestly, I think I need to charge up my dogs, my feet. My dogs are barking, so maybe we'll call it a night and then wake up in the morning, get breakfast, and explore the rest of the resort that I didn't show you guys yet. I think the 50s and the 60s, I still haven't really gone over in that area, and I want to show you a little bit of the hippy dippy pool. So I guess we're going to call it a night. Get a little rest, and we'll see you in the morning. See you in the morning. And good morning from the hippy dippy pool. I had a good night's rest, and I figured I'd come out and get some coffee, maybe some breakfast, continue exploring the resort. And I noticed that the hippy dippy pool wasn't open yet, so I wanted to show you guys it without anybody in it. And it's honestly a little bit of a gloomy morning, so hopefully the sun comes out, but I'm still gonna have fun enjoying my last couple of hours here at the resort. This is the 60s section. And like I mentioned before, you got Mowgli and Baloo. I almost said Mobley. Mobley Baloo. Well, I decided on grabbing some coffee and breakfast and came out here and sat by Hourglass Lake so I can watch the Skyliner go by in the morning. And I ended up getting the breakfast of champions. The Mickey waffles, potato barrels, and meat. And the breakfast of champions. This is the Mickey waffle platter, but I got an extra waffle instead of eggs. I love Mickey waffles. They're just, I mean, I don't know, it's just something about them. And you can't make them at home. They're not the same. No Mickey waffles at home taste the same as the resort ones. But I got my coffee, I got my waffles, sitting here enjoying the view and my little staycation here at Pop Century. Ears first. I gotta tell you, this is so relaxing. Just sitting out on a bench, eating some tater tots, watching the Skyliner go by. This is a very cozy spot. I walked over to the 50s because I want to show you guys around after we have breakfast and then probably head back to the room. But I'm really liking the time I'm spending here right now. Look at all the Skyliners just going by. And the line to get on the Skyliner to head to the parks is like a mile long. Maybe we'll walk up that way so I can show you. I'm definitely not taking the Skyliner anytime soon. It could be like maybe a 30-minute wait, maybe 45. Some of my favorite times at Disney resorts are early in the morning because a lot of people are getting up and getting ready to head to the parks. So there's not a lot of people in like these areas and you can just relax. Just sit back, eat some tater tots. I did that on the first try. The 50s section is all about bowling. They even have a bowling themed pool and the pool is shaped like a bowling pin. How cool is that? I think only the 90s and 80s and then the 50s and then the main pool have their own pool. The only area of the resort that doesn't have their own pool is the 70s because they have that gigantic foosball court or whatever it is. I don't even know if it's a court or a table. But I can confirm that each area, like each decade, has their own music loop that is dedicated to that time period. And I think that's cool. Here is the bowling pool. Look, you got bowling pins on the outside, and then the pool itself is shaped like a big, gigantic bowling pin. I don't know if you can see it. And they're playing 1950s music. They even have a gigantic jukebox over there. And I think the statues on the outside of the buildings are Lady and Tramp. The Lady and Tramp. Look at that. I'm honestly kind of sad because we only have about an hour left and then we have to check out. But I wish I booked 2 days here. I'm having a cozy time and I feel like one day is just never enough. You know, I never want to leave. I honestly feel like my favorite thing about this resort are all the cool statues. Like, look at how awesome these are. I said Lady and the Tramp before. This is a better shot of them. That's a big one. That's a big dog. Well, now I think we're going to head back to the room, start gathering our things so we can check out and say goodbye to Pop Century. I had a lot of fun here. I wish I had more time, like I said, but there's always other staycations, and I think I might try to do a lot more this year because I really love just coming and hanging out at the resorts. You know what I mean? And being so close, like, to the parks itself, I get to go there all the time, but I never get to actually, like, sit down and relax inside the resorts. So this trip was a nice little treat. I was sitting here wondering what this building was, and then I noticed the hole in the front, and I was like, oh my lord, it's a doghouse. It's an actual doghouse, and I think they probably just use it for storage, but that is so cool. They got a little doghouse right out next to the dog statues. Honestly, like I said, I think I like the 1950s, but the 90s is my favorite. And with that, I think we are done here today. Gotta pack up the room and get ready to head home. I had a lot of fun hanging out here at Pop Century. And like I said, I think I want to do a lot more of these resort videos for this all upcoming year. So I hope you guys enjoy watching them. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video because I enjoyed making it. So we'll see you next time. Bye! I hope you guys didn't think I forgot about the most prettiest princess of all, little Gracie girl. Next staycation, we'll go together, okay, Gracie? We did the cabins. I wish Disney had more pet-friendly resorts because I would do a lot of stays with her. But the next one, we're doing it.